Hey guys, this is Ryan from the future. It is 10:06 right now, and the sky is beautiful. It's a gorgeous day. But today, we had a monologue that you're going to see, okay? And in the monologue, if you have children that sometimes watch these videos, it may not be a monologue for them, okay? The monologue is going to talk about mental health, professional well-being, finding balance in your life, and it's going to be a pretty deep one into myself as well. So if that is not something that you want your children to hear about, whether they're a teenager or a young child, I completely understand, and there are no hard feelings, okay? But I just wanted to let you know, if you're an adult and you're sensitive to topics like this, it's okay, all right? I will go ahead and let you know right when it's about to start, okay? So please enjoy, and I hope that maybe you might learn something from my mistakes and from my mentality. Other than that, have a great day, guys. Let's go and get into the video now. All right, let's go over and get Tiffany and I a little something to start the day with before she goes off and I do my essay. Let's get going. All right, so before we go off and we split up and I do my essay and Tiffany goes off into the village, we are gonna go ahead and do something a little different. We are not going over to McDonald's. We are not going to Wendy's. We are not going to Dunkin' or Crispy. Do you know where we're going?
I have no idea.
You have two choices. Burger King or option B.
Well, what's option B then?
Anything in the world that I choose.
Fine, B.
Good. Waffle House.
That's not even funny.
Or it could be option C.
Fine, C.
Good. Panera. Done. Yes, we are going over to Panera. I just had to get her into a better mindset from Panera. So I give her the choice of Burger King or Waffle House. So by comparison, Panera will look better. See? So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get over there. Have a little snack in the morning. A little pastry, a little coffee.
Yeah.
And then start our day. You know, it has been quite a while since we have gone to a Panera, sat down, had their coffee, had their scones. And that is what we are going to do today. Let's go do it. Boy, I wonder how much the price hike is, though. Alright, so you may be wondering, why is it that Tiffany has a drink and you don't? Was your drink that great that you drank it all that quickly in the span of less than 20 minutes? No, it wasn't. It was absolutely atrocious and absolutely horrible. And it made Chick-fil-A look actually decent. Honestly, the disgusting crap was basically just sugar cereal milk it tasted like.
Yeah, it did. There was literally only one shot of espresso.
Yes,
It was like you watered it down with the rest of the whole cup with just milk product. They gave the little tiny shot of freaking coffee.
So, do you know what that means? Do you know where I'm going? Take a guess.
Dunkin'.
And what am I getting?
The black iced coffee.
What size?
I have no idea.
Large.
Oh, okay.
You're doing so good. Yes, I'm going over to Dunkin'. And what I should have just done is gone to Starbucks, gotten a regular coffee, just like I like. Black hot, black iced. Taken it in there and sat down and had a scone.
See, this is the difference between what I was just mentioning at Starbucks. Starbucks puts 3 shots of espresso in their drinks.
Like a shot of espresso is like nothing.
Yeah,
it really
shot,
isn't.
Really?
That just gives you the hint of flavor of coffee. God, when I drink coffee, I'm gonna actually taste coffee.
Yeah. I don't think the company is even bothering with making coffee. I don't know what's going on.
And then on top of that, I even said 2 larges. Okay? 1 hot, 1 iced. Pretty simple, and 2 of the orange scones.
Yeah.
Then I look at my receipt, and hers is actually a medium instead of a large. So I was like, come on.
The place is a mess. Because I don't know what's going on with Panera Bread, but yeah, they can't.
They might as well just start selling their scones in Walmart at this point.
Yeah, they didn't.
Because
shouldn't
really,
even bother with coffee at this point if they're only going to put 1 shot in their coffees.
it's just frustrating.
I know, we're coffee snobs.
No, if I was a coffee snob truly, then I'd be going to Deeply Coffee.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I pass it every day on my way to work over there in Winter Garden.
Oh.
On the far side of town. It just says Deeply Coffee, and I'm like, usually companies that have a name like that, theirs is real expensive coffee.
Yeah.
All because they invested a lot of money into a single machine. And I've seen that so many places before.
Yeah.
Moonbeam, they're another one of them. That they claim to have a specialized coffee version. It's like,
I'm just tired of all these places that claim they make coffee, and honestly, it's just watered down cereal milk. It tastes like.
you see, I
No
want to
offense to
open
Dunkin'.
a restaurant called Just Coffee. You come in, sir, do you sell bagels? No, the name is Just Coffee. We serve just coffee. You want a good coffee, well, come to Just Coffee.
Well, you also had what was it? The 7 Brews and Scooters.
Yeah, but they also are all sugary pieces
that's what
of
I'm
junk.
saying. They all are. There's I don't know who they're advertising their coffee to, but there's no coffee in their coffee.
That is why I want to open Just Coffee.
Including?
No donuts, no avocado toast, just coffee. There we go.
Yes.
And you know what the funny thing is? I could get people in and out like that. And I bet you I could do pretty good if I wanted.
Not bad.
Because that's the other problem. Dunkin's line gets backed up so many times because of their food selection too. I've seen that. Same thing with Starbucks. You'll get a person that gets all the way up to the front and then goes, "Can I please get something else?" And now the entire line is held up.
Yeah.
So yeah, Just Coffee.
You know the worst part is, I bet that does exist somewhere. It has to.
And I would love to move there and try it. Alright, you've had my old man rant for the hour. Don't worry, it's not for the day because you'll probably get another one later. Who
I
knows?
don't know if it's just the fact that we're just getting older and just want more coffee flavored in our drinks.
Well,
but I am not for these younger kids, teens.
I don't like
20-year-olds.
Alani. I don't like Celsius. I don't
Drinks.
like the Frappuccinos in the little bottles. I used to like UCC coffee before they started adding in bull crap to their coffee.
That was okay, yeah.
So,
I like that.
yeah, I do have a preference. And honestly, even at home, I'll just drink black straight coffee. And I'm great with that. Hence What's the name of my new company I want? Just Coffee.
Put a bunch of Keurigs in there.
No, they're too unreliable.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you get the classic pot of coffee.
Mr. Coffee.
There you go. The sucker that doesn't break down.
Yeah.
Seriously, there are a lot of these regular coffee machines that outlast these Keurigs like crazy.
I don't know. You could probably still buy one of those vintage Mr. Coffee machines. It'll still work.
Yes. And I still remember in my childhood, Spaceballs. I always have coffee with watching Radar. You probably don't remember that scene, do you?
Oh, I actually did.
Mr. Coffee! And I actually had it on the Spaceballs ship. It was funny. Alright, let's get over to Dunkin' where I gotta now buy another coffee.
Yeah.
This is annoying. But you know what? I have an essay to write. I'm not gonna let anything get in my way, including bad thoughts over coffee. And then later, I'll let a beautiful barista at home make me one.
Looks like it's gonna rain today.
At least this barista I can kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like pour over coffee.
Alright, let's get going.
Welcome to Dunkin'. Get the new $6 meal deal. We'll be with you in just one moment. Good morning. What can I get for you?
Good morning. Can I please get one large black iced coffee?
Large iced black coffee. All right.
And that'll be it, please.
All right. $4.78.
Love Coffee Cafe.
Alright, what now?
Oh, it's called Just Love Coffee.
No, I want Just Coffee. Can I just buy the domain justcoffee.com?
I don't think you can.
Do you remember who I am? I buy all kinds of weird domains. Ah, it's actually for sale. Oh, crap! No, somebody bought it and they're putting it up for sale.
Oh.
It is on sale right now for $39,999 from GoDaddy.
Yeah. Well, I'm also seeing it right here, Ron. Just Coffee.
.coop.
Yeah.
But look at this. For $39,000.
Damn, that's a lot.
Whoa. I guess I'm not gonna be buying justcoffee.com.
No.
Morning.
There we go. So yes, if I want to buy justcoffee.com, it'll cost me 40 grand or the equivalent of one Honda Civic. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Somebody beat you to it.
I know. But you know what though? That's okay. Because you know what I could do? Justcoffees.com.
Yeah, with this.
And then I could undervalue them. Unless they bought that one too. Either way, she stole my drink.
Yes, it did.
Oh no, that tastes good.
Yeah.
And now I'm happy. Let's get going. Alright, it is now time to go ahead and separate up. I'm going to be at home doing my essay and everything else that I need to, and then taking a little break. Maybe heading over to a Goodwill or something, we'll see. But also, Tiffany's going to be going over to the village, walking around, seeing what's new, and just taking her chill time. She's not going to be recording today, though, because we did quite a bit of recording yesterday for the stores, and honestly, I don't think anything has really changed. I'd be surprised.
I would be too, honestly.
And if anything, you see
Stuff's
anything
coming,
that
like,
does,
really slow.
if you see anything that's like super out there awesome, you also have another camera too
Yeah,
already.
I do my phone, but I don't think I'm
Exactly.
going
Even though it's a pain in the butt and it's more noticeable than our little tiny ones.
to. Yeah.
But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get our stuff done. And then we can go from there. And then tonight, do you know what it is for dinner?
Pizza.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how you go in again. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's get going. It's a beautiful day out after all. It truly is. Mwah, I love you, and I want you to have a real good day.
Okay.
Have fun.
Okay.
Send me lots of photos of anything interesting you see.
Okay. I will.
Promise?
Yeah.
And text me randomly.
Okay.
There you go. I love seeing those pop up. Have fun. God, she's the cutest. And oldest and youngest at the same time. Alright, so currently it is 8 o'clock, okay? It's 8:03 to be exact. So here's the deal. Goodwill doesn't even open until 9, so I'm going to spend an hour and I'm just going to hammer out this 500-word essay. And the nice thing is that 500 words is pretty easy for me. I'm used to doing 1,000-word essays, 1,500-word essays for school, with citations and all that stuff. So, this one here will be a pretty easy cakewalk. And also, it's a statement of intent. So basically, what your essay has to be about, your short form, is why do you want to become a teacher? What motivates you? What is your passion for it? That kind of stuff. And I think one of the other prompts is also why University of Florida too. So I got it pretty much in the bag. The only thing that I'm a little bit iffy on is that after this, then I gotta take my statement of eligibility test, which is for the state of Florida, to get certified in social science, 6 through 12. So that is cool. And with the iPad we have an order from Verizon, I can study while I'm on my work break too. And I won't have to take the MacBook Air with me, which is great for doing actual essay writing. Something that the iPad really sucks at, to be honest. Especially when you need both windows open for research. But yeah, let's go ahead, let's get going. And let's get home and do this and get it done and over with. Alright, so it is now 9:12. I am done with my essay. I have uploaded it to the University of Florida. And now all I have to do is just click pay $30. And once I do this, there we go. My application for the fall of 2026 graduate admissions is now in for social studies. Let's talk about this all. Alright, so this is again Ryan from the future. Now, this is the part in the video where it's going to go into that full-on monologue about my mentality, my life, and about how certain things are. And this may not be for children, for certain teenagers, and for some adults as well that may find it to be a little hard. Alright, so if you fall into those groups, it's okay if you skip over it, okay? I'm not going to be upset at all, okay? Alright, so it's not going to be to anybody's surprise that over the past few months, I haven't been exactly the happiest and cheeriest on some days. And I think now I can honestly go ahead and just talk about it a little bit. Because truthfully, I do have a lot that I am happy and grateful for. But then again, I also have a lot that I'm not happy about. Okay? And one of them has to be this whole employment situation and all this. Okay? Honestly, it is many days miserable. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of days where, honestly, I'm at like, what the heck am I doing? Really? This isn't something that interests me. It's not something that is like, wow, this is really cool. It's really not. And it takes me back to the old days of working way back in the day at Taco Bell, at other places. Jobs I took because I needed to feed the family, I needed to take care of everything. And a lot of you dads and a lot of you moms out there are also going to understand that same predicament that I'm in. Some of you that have even fur babies that you take care of. Dogs and cats and other animals and goldfish. Believe it or not, they can be a pain. And an expensive pain too. All those chemicals. Don't get me started on that. But back to the serious nature, okay? I told you in the end of yesterday's video I was going to get into this a little bit more. Now, here's the deal. It hasn't been like a full-on depression, like I'm disappointed in doing anything to harm myself. No, it's not anything like that. Okay? It's something a little different, okay? It's kind of a mentality issue here, okay? And some of which what I'm going to talk about could be a little bit upsetting for some people, and for some others it will be completely understandable. Okay, so please, if you are sensitive to stuff like this, I completely understand if you don't want to watch. Okay? So, I will give you 3, 2, 1. When you leave a job, there are 2 primary reasons why you do. 1, you are forced out. It could be a forced termination. It could be a laid off situation. Or number 2, it could also be of your own choosing. That you weren't happy, so you wanted to try to find something better. Okay? I've talked about some of my job history in the past, and honestly, some of it was really great, some of it was pretty bad. I originally started out when I was about 14 years old or so, and I cut lawns for a couple of businesses, one of which was for Swinson's Auto Car Care Center right here in Winter Garden, and then also for the oil change place next door. And I loved doing it because I made money and I could buy my own video games. And it was great for a while. Then I also did it in my own backyard too. I also had household chores. So ever since I was a little boy, I was taught if you wanted money, you had to work to earn it. Nobody was going to give it to you. And after high school came, then I went to Walmart, worked there for a while. And Tiffany's family was giving us a lot of headaches, and so was mine up here. So I ended up relocating down to 192 and had to leave that job. Okay? Once I was down there, I did a little bit of work for a gas station, which I showed. And then we separated ways. They let me go. Honestly, I was happy about it because I hated third shift, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Not my best. I didn't like it. Well, anyway, after I came back up here on the highway, did work over at McDonald's for a little bit. And at that point, I wasn't really that happy with the pay and with everything else And I wanted something better. So I went over to Disney, got with them for a while, and then was let go from there. And that was a factor outside my control. And I was like, okay. So, after doing a few odd jobs here and there, restaurants, stuff like that, a lot of fast food stuff like Captain D's, which is basically a seafood place in the South. I don't know if they're in the North at all, but yeah. Well, anyway, after a while, I built myself back up. And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to go to college. Because I was watching a Teen Mom episode over in the old neighborhood while Tiffany was taking a nap, and I thought to myself, if I go ahead and I go back to school, I could actually do something with it. Well, got a bachelor's, got a master's, came out, also did some work at Target. Well, the problem is that at Target, I started to see that I was doing more work, but my pay wasn't going up for it. So I left there and I went to go work in the automotive dealership world. I went online one night, interviewed the next day, and I was hired pretty much on the spot from David Davis, who I refer to as Mr. Davis. Awesome guy. Jason Tuchinski, awesome guy. Well, those two, they helped me grow. They helped me understand a lot of different things. They also helped me learn about the professional world, something that I grew to love. And then after the dealership was sold, I was moved into a technology position and then IT manager. However, then the dealership was sold again, my position eliminated, so after a little bit of doing paperwork for the new owners, I left and I went to Servo Data. Servo Data was really cool, and I learned about network cable from Martin over there. And after a little bit, then I connected up with an old friend who got me in the dealer IT group. JC, he helped me by fine-tuning my resume. And it's not like he was a friend that just said, here's a job, go for it. No, this guy, he made me work to get into there. Because he wanted to make sure that I wanted it. Ah, baby girl. I can work for Krusty Krab. That is funny. But yeah, he wanted me to work for it. And I did. I kept fine-tuning my resume. I kept going over it and over it. And I kept studying up on questions and everything. And lo and behold, after talking with Frank Johnson, the help desk manager, I was approved and I got in. And that was in October 2022. And then I did a lot of stuff with them, helped on many projects, and I loved it with a passion. The team was great. The supervisors were great. Everything was awesome. And then later on, JC left, and then slowly DLRT started to fall apart a bit. And then finally, in January of 2025, they closed down, laying us all off. Now, that left me with quite a big hole because truly, it was a passion I had. So I was so bent on getting back into IT, back into what I was doing. I even took a job with a small company out of Vermont, hoping I could get into help desk with them. Well, yeah, that guy was not good to deal with. So we parted terms and all was good because evidently asking for a paycheck was a bad thing. Because, yeah, you have bills to pay. Duh. Jesus Christ. Anyway, after that, you guys know then I did some DoorDash, did some Uber Eats, went over to Universal once, got in with them, dropped out because Kelly said, hey, we got you. They didn't have me. So I went back over to Universal, got back in again. Kelly said, all right, now we're golden. I was like, all right, now I got 2.
Subscribe.
Great. Well, what happened is that after a while doing security detail work over there, I started also doing more substitute work on a couple days when I could, or at least one day a week. I found that I loved doing that more. So I wanted to get back into a professional environment, and I found I wanted to become a teacher. So then I went ahead and I tried to get with Teachers of Tomorrow. And I was like, all right, you know what? I want a better program than this. Something that looks and feels better to me. So then I went over to Valencia. And I was like, all right, what do you guys got? They had the Educare Prep Institute program. I was saying, all right, this is pretty cool. Only one problem. Nobody ever gets back to me. Yeah, they accept me. But I can't do this enrollment meeting that I need to in order to be able to move on. I'm like, okay. And I don't hear anybody. It's just crickets. And then I move on to University of Florida, who's been guiding me along, helping me throughout the journey, giving me great ideas. And what has happened basically from, I'd say, February until October, okay? It was basically the lowest point because while there was some savings and there was some money that was put aside for emergencies and everything, still, when you're not adequately providing the quality of life that you're accustomed to, it makes you feel bad. And I don't care who it is. Because you're going to feel bad and it's natural. And then what ended up happening is then once I got into security and I started seeing my paychecks coming in, I was like, okay, I am making half of what I used to. I'm doing double the work. Yeah, this is fun. So, that kind of like pushed me a little bit further downward. Because at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm working now, but I'm not doing something that I'm truly interested in. And I think that's where we are at right now. I wanted to go ahead and get out and work in teaching, not because of the money, but because I wanted to actually fill that passion hole in my heart. IT, working for the IT companies, filled that because it gave me a sense of purpose. Whenever somebody would call in, they would have a need. And then I could solve that need for them, whether it was a printer driver, whether it was that they couldn't get in because of a domain issue, whatever it was, or a printer, whatever. But with teaching, there's a lot of children that I genuinely believe want to learn. But at the same time, there are some that need to be given that extra help, that extra push, that extra motivation. Some of which back in the early 2000s and late 90s, we weren't really given back in school. It was, all right, yeah, you're not exactly doing great, but we have no choice, so we're going to push you ahead. up until you took your FCAT, and then if you pass, then you get to go on, but if you don't, oh well. So what I really wanted to do is I wanted to become a teacher so that way I could actually go and impact other kids' lives and make them better. And there's 2 core subjects that I loved with passion. Ever since I was in 9th grade, and even further back to my elementary days, American history and world history. I have loved those 2 core subjects forever. And I loved understanding how history evolves. So, going back to the whole semi-depression state, it's not like a depression where you don't care about life and you've given up. It's a depression where I feel like a part of me is completely motivated to get my ass up, do something about my predicament, and propel myself forward into the next avenue. Because you can only blame yourself. You can't blame the world around you for your own predicament. Really, you can't. Because you yourself are in charge of your own destination. Your own destiny as well. Right now, I am in charge of my own destiny and what I want to accomplish. Not Tiffany. Not the world around me. Not the schools. Not any technology that I have. But my own thought process. My own mind, my own brain is in charge of that. And that is where I am at right now. So, truthfully, it's like this. It's a life depression, but professional motivation. My professional motivation is all the way up here. And I am ready to kick ASS, do great in school, but at the same time, my fun motivation is down here. And I gotta slowly bring that back in equilibrium. And I had that back when I was in IT. And Tiffany, I love her for everything that she is. I genuinely do. But she thinks that I'm in a depressed state. And to a degree, she's right. It's a fun, depressed state. But professional motivation uphill. And right now, I am ready to kick butt and keep studying my butt off. And after the holiday time, okay, come January, I will be ready to take all my exams. Part 107, my social studies one, social science 6 through 12, and pass them. I know what you're thinking. You just brought part 107? What's that? For those of you that don't know, anybody can go out and buy a drone, but if you want to be able to show the content online, any channel that's monetized or anything like that, you need to have a license. So that's where it comes in. And that's been my fun hobby, my elective course, if you will. Okay? But what I am really happy about is choosing University of Florida. It is a master's program, so all the coursework I am doing is solely right on this actual thing that I need to do. It's not the weird gen ed classes where, all right, whatever. No, it is straight, right to the point. You want to become a teacher? We're going to get you right to the point. That is what I love. And what I also like too is that I'm going to be pushing myself again academically. And I have always loved doing it. I have always loved pushing myself academically to the point where I am learning new concepts. I am learning how to do things differently. At the same time, I am being evaluated on it. That I also love. So, between the academics and working the jobs, I do have a great motivation there. And I'm trying to find time, little bits and chunks, to go ahead and give myself more fun time as well. Because all work and no play makes Ryan a dull boy. Alright, it's actually Jack in The Shining, but come on, give me some credit. But my other passion that's been keeping me uplifted has been doing these daily videos with the family. Some great, some boring, some mediocre. Not gonna lie. And I know some of you originally tuned in because of Disney content, Universal content, and stuff like that. And then the content shifted into a reality daily vlog of a small family and how we're adjusting. And truly, it has been amazing. And it gives me a daily goal. And then I have a weekly goal of doing something for my education. Then I have a monthly goal of setting aside a little bit of money toward those exams. And then I have a future goal in terms of getting into the school. So as you can see, I have a lot of these goals that are in mind. Now, I just gotta push myself even further to get to them. But what I am gonna do is keep working hard, and I'm gonna bust my butt, and I'm gonna do what I need to. Because as some of you out there are moms, dads, grandparents that are raising the grandchildren, or fur parents, and fish parents too, and all the others. You know what I'm about to say. Sometimes you sacrifice your own mentality for now to be able to provide for your family. And then you recover yourself in the long run. And that is where I am at. And honestly, I have no problem with it. Because really, at the end of the day, I am doing my core, essential job. You built a family, you provide for said family, and that is what you do. Built a family, provide for the family. Create a child, take care of a child. Married a spouse, take care of a spouse. That is what you do. That is how I was raised. That is how I was taught ever since the beginning of time. That is how my grandmother and grandfather, Howard and Anna, up in Reading, Pennsylvania, who I would go to with my dad, who was divorced from my mom. I learned so much by watching my grandparents there and on my mom's side. And it taught me so much. And then it also taught me a lot of seeing on my stepdad's side of the family of my nan in Claremont, who stayed with her husband, Joe DiMartino, through his worst, up until his passing, I guess I have to say. But that's the thing right there. You build a family, you take care of a family. You marry a spouse, you take care of the spouse. I was brought up and raised, husband goes out, earns the money, and takes care and provides for the family. I was raised that the wife goes ahead and takes care of the children, and takes care of the budget, takes care of the house, and makes sure the bills are paid with the funds. It is an equal relationship where both people are participating in something together. And I think that's the part I also wanted to drive home about Tiffany. That a lot of what you see doesn't transfer over very well. You might just go ahead and watch a video and go, oh man, this guy is working as a security guard at Universal, and he's also going ahead and also working as a substitute teacher and is going into college while his girl is just sitting at home and doing who knows what. Maybe vacuuming or something. I don't know. But that's probably what you only will see. But what you don't see are the phone calls that she makes to be able to get a doctor's appointment scheduled, or going and taking care of something else that needs to be done with SSI, which is a job all on its own. That's the other elements. Or making sure I have clean uniforms for work so I can have a professional look when I go out. Whether it's for security or whether it's for school. But yeah, in the end, it is a partnership like that. And though sometimes it doesn't transfer well onto here, I just want you to know Tiffany is definitely doing everything that she needs to help me and more. And most importantly, it's not her sitting back and watching my uphill battle. It's not that at all. It's her throwing the rope down and giving extra support when needed. But soon enough, we will get things back into equilibrium again, where the fun depression will no longer be, and the professional motivation will kind of find a way to get back into equal. That is where things are right now, and what I was alluding to yesterday. That is why I got with Verizon and was like, hey, you guys got anything going on when it comes to like iPad Airs and stuff like that? And I did under the business one, and they went ahead and got with me on an iPad Air to work with me on that. Perfect. So I have a case over at Best Buy I can go ahead and pick up later. And then the Air will come on Monday. And then I can start doing my Part 107 videos on it when I'm at work in the car. I can go ahead and do whatever I need to. I can also read the ebooks for school later when I start that up. So all of which is perfect. But the point is, yes, things are a little out of equilibrium right now. But at the same time, I know soon enough it won't be like that. And that is what I'm looking forward to. Am I happy with Universal, with pay, and with everything else in the work? Not really. No, to be honest. But like I said, it pays the bills. It takes care of what I need to, while I am getting ready for the next jump in my life. And if I can do whatever I need to there, yeah, I will. And honestly, one of the ideas I had was going ahead and seeing if I could work over in guest service or something too, instead. But that's got to wait a little bit, and that's okay. But we got a lot going on behind the scenes. And then we also got another element that I'm going to have to talk about later on that I can't talk about right now, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we're going to be getting into that later too. But for now, this is where things are. And I enjoy it all. Because to a degree, I am being pushed further than what I have in the past. And I am motivated to succeed. And not just lay around and just take it and just go, okay, well, did what I could. I'm good. No. I want to keep going and keep pushing forward. Because my professional motivation to get back into the professional world is a lot higher than what you can imagine. Because when you are at your lowest, when you look at your pay stub and you go, oh my God, I'm doing double the work, triple the work of what I used to do, basically, and I'm doing it for half the pay. Yeah, you want to bet your butt. I am motivated to get my butt up, do what I need to, and push myself harder than the next person next to me to get back to where I should be. That is really what's been going through my head. How can I make myself so valuable to a school that they want me, and that every year when that contract is needed to be renewed, there's not a second thought with them about them renewing it? That is my thought right now. So now I only have one question for you. In your own life, are you truly satisfied with where you are workplace-wise and personally? And if you're not, have you thought about doing something to change it instead of just settling? Because I'm not going to settle. I am better than settling. That is for darn sure. And the day that I settle is the day that I have given up hope, I have given up determination, and I've given up my core values. And I'm not going to do that. Even when I was at Dealer IT Group, I wanted so badly to keep pushing myself ahead. I wanted to go ahead and do my CompTIA exams for network and for A+. And I wanted to go ahead and read over all the literature I could, so that way I could learn better. Those were the things I was doing then, while looking at small entrepreneur businesses, like Retro Techland, for instance. But I will never settle. I will never give up. And honestly, it'll never be enough for me. I'll always want to do more. And I'll always want to challenge myself. And that's the good thing. Because when you challenge yourself, You never know what you're capable of. And you might surprise yourself. All right. We have gotten a lot accomplished. We have done the essay. We have submitted the application. All we need is statement of eligibility. And on top of all that, we have done a lot that we needed to. And now, I think that I'm going to go ahead and take a trip over to Goodwill, see if they got anything new. I think Best Buy also opens soon, so I'll go over there, pick up that case for the air coming in. No, I am not returning it, by the way. I will not. Actually, I need it. Because I'm going to need it to be able to read my ebooks for school and stuff. And then I can also go ahead and download, like, biography books that I already own and stuff like that. And that's another thing. I love reading biography books about leaders of companies from the past and how they motivated themselves to do better. Because really, that's what we need to do. Just keep doing better, keep moving forward, not settling, and not giving up. Because the moment you settle with mediocrity is the moment you failed your life. Don't settle for mediocrity when you know you can do better. That's the thing I've learned throughout time. Alright, let's get going. Let's have a great rest of the day. Alright guys, it is now 10:08. Let's go ahead, let's get going. And let's go see what Goodwill has today. Maybe they got some retro games for the Wii or something, who knows. Let's go over there and let's go find out. Let's just have some fun too. Alright guys, let's go ahead, let's get going. Let's go over to Goodwill into Best Buy. Like I said, it's a beautiful day. Alright, let's go into Winter Garden Goodwill. Let's see if they got any good retro games. Last time, we got one. Let's see if we can do better. Yeah, Christmas is definitely here. And Halloween is gone. Pretty cool. Let's check for retro games now. Alright, so down here, look at that. Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Gold Edition for the PC. Yeah, we got a couple on Madden and some other stuff. Unfortunately, all this stuff I already have. This one here was here last time. We have a golf game already. We have Wii Fit. 2003. Just think this game would have been brand new when I first met Tiffany. Wow. That's how old that one is. Oh, look at this. Although we do already own it on Voodoo. Forrest Gump. Pretty cool movie. I love it. So we do have like a Harry Potter one over there. Really cool cowboy hat. And that is an awesome artwork piece right there. But yeah, I like the Funko. I know I have the Flash one somewhere. But yeah. Not much going on today. That's actually got me like really, really interested. I think we're striking out. Oh well. Alright, so this is not going to be one of those days where I go traveling around to a whole bunch of different Goodwills. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and go over to Best Buy, pick up the iPad Air case that I need, and then do some of my Part 107D license training. Yeah, there we go. Let's do it. It kind of sucks in all honesty that they didn't have anything, but at the same time it was like, oh well, I'm not gonna waste money on something I already have or something I'm just not gonna care about really. But yeah, let's go over to Best Buy. Let's get that iPad Air case. Then I got some studying to do for the license exam for Part 107. So I can at least do that in the meantime. Let's get going. Alright, let's go in Best Buy and let's get our iPad Air case. And holy schmolies, this car looks amazing. Malibu Classic. This thing looks awesome as heck. And I love the red interior too. Man, that is so cool. I just love 80s and 90s cars. I don't know what it is about them. I just love them a lot more. I think because it reminds me of my old time period. Let's get going. Alright, iPad Air, Smart Folio. Perfect. Let's get home. I still love that sucker. Man, that would be so cool to drive around. Change of plans. I was actually going to go ahead and play a little PlayStation VR. Then I got a text. Turns out the stores have nothing. Tiffany is bored and wants to come home. So, let's go get her. Guys, it goes without saying, whenever you're about to turn on a game system, your girl's always gonna want your attention somehow. It's just a given. Let's go get her. Guys, I feel like we're just going right back out again. Let's get going. Arby's steak nuggets are back.
I don't think those were steak nuggets last
Yeah,
time, were they?
they are. And they were.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, they got rid of the loaded Italian and also made a sandwich. So yeah.
I thought they were pulled pork nuggets or something.
No, it was
last
steak
time.
always.
Oh, okay.
Alright, let's go ahead and get Lily from the bus now. It's a beautiful day out. That is for sure. Well, at least you had a good day at school. And do you know what we're doing for dinner? It's Friday, so what do we do?
Hey, pizza!
Yes. Alright, let's go ahead. And let's go home. Alright, it is 2:47 and I need to go and get a haircut a while. So let me go and take care of that. Alright guys, let's go ahead and let's go get our dinner.
I'm not so okay.
It's a beautiful day. That is for sure. What?
I hate not so day.
No school tomorrow.
Nope.
Oh.
I not hey. Yay. Come on to you. Yeah.
Now on the other hand, I do have school and away tomorrow.
Now.
Yes, Daddy does. So after I'm done with work, then I have the drone school to do. So that'll be fun. And then I have statement of eligibility practice test to do. So yeah, I got quite a bit to do still.
You're not a test. Ooh.
Yes, I do have tests to do.
Not
Except my tests actually cost money to do.
not you. Not you. Not me. Oh, I hate pies!
Let's go over and let's get the pizza for dinner. Alright, here we are, Italian Garden Pizzeria. Let's go ahead and get our food. And then we can relax for the rest of the night. Ah, it's so nice seeing someone that you've known all your life down here.
Yeah.
Especially a small business owner too. Alright guys, let's go ahead, let's get home, let's enjoy dinner, and then we will get ready for an outro. Alright guys, so it has been an amazing day now. Today, we did the essay we needed for the master's program for University of Florida. Paid the $30 needed. And also, we got to go to Goodwill, go to Best Buy, pick up the iPad case, see an awesome antique car, even though it's just one from my childhood, but still really cool. And the iPad I am definitely keeping because I'm going to be needing it badly. Whether it's for my Drone Academy stuff or for University of Florida stuff, I'm going to be needing it badly. Besides that, we also got to have a nice sit-down talk over a lot of serious stuff. And honestly, I was happy to be able to do it with you guys. Because really, you're family. And the stuff that was said needed to be said. And it's alright. Because maybe other people out there can relate and understand too. Maybe other people can't. And that's okay. But you know what? I'm just happy to get it out. Because after all, there'll be more stuff that'll come up later. And we can talk about that too later. But for now, I got a couple of issues I gotta attend to. First of all, I have a University of Florida application for certificate admissions. And that is a spring 2026. So I gotta get them to change that to a fall 2026. Without charging me again, hopefully. But besides from that, I hope you guys have a great day and a wonderful night. Honestly, tomorrow I'm going to be up at 4:30 and over at work at 6:30. Oh. But at least I get done early, so I have plenty of time to deal with studying for my drone exam and my statement of eligibility exam. After all, it is just a 6-hour day. So that is good. But for now, remember, every day that you wake up is a day that you can go and change for the better from the day before. Only you are in control of it. Sure, there's external factors that can influence it, but at the end of the day, you're the one that lets it be the way it is. For me, I'm not happy with how things are. So I'm going to go ahead and work hard to change it for the next day and the day after. And I'm going to keep going like that because really, that's what you need to do. And when you are looking for all that, and when you're looking to change the next day, the satisfaction should be what you have inside of you, not from external. Don't go looking for people to give you credit and to give you praise for the change. Instead, know that the praise that you are going to get is from inside your own mind, because it is the contributing factor to your own positive growth and change. And that is the biggest way that you can evolve into a better person for the next year to come. With that being said, I hope you have a good night. Thank you very, very much for everything, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Or it's more studying. I feel like it's high school all over again in some ways. Maybe Bowling for Soup was right. High school never ends. And with that, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.
But